Well, the cat is out of the bag, folks. Ryan Garcia comes out with some really, really crazy statements. And I got to tell you, folks, a lot of you are asking me where I stand in this. If you saw my video in 2020, when the boogeyman came out and everything happened, what did I talk about? I was the first one to really crack the bag on this. But obviously, Ryan Garcia coming out right now and doing this is epic. It's enormous. It's huge. I back him 100%. I'm just in fear for his safety. I hope he gets, right now he's lashing out. You got to understand, he's in the biggest fight of his life right now against Devin Haney. I understand the pressures of boxing, folks, especially when you're a good-looking kid. You stand out from the bunch. You got amazing talent. I had amazing talent. People have a lot of expectations on you. I had a lot of expectations on me. The pressure is even more immense. It's even tougher because you can't fail. So Ryan Garcia right now is in a predicament. He's in a situation where he can't fail. The whole world's looking at him. The pressure is so intense. I think it's even more pressure than what Oscar De La Hoya had on him in his career. And especially with the circus of social media, folks, you're having to fight off hyenas, parasites, sharks, buzzards, all at the same time. If I was Ryan Garcia, I would stay off social media and focus on the fight. You can come back and revisit this subject after the fight, but I'm concerned about your career. You have a chance to be a great fighter. I would put the phone down, get away from social media, and stick to training. You can come right back to this right after the fight. Your fight is in April. Either do that, or I feel you should check yourself into a retreat, a spiritual retreat, a rehab maybe, because there are rumors and allegations of you smoking, drinking, and you can't do that when you're in training camp. You know that as well as anybody. I'm preaching to the choir here. You know what you got to do. You know what it takes to be the best. You're almost there. All I can tell you, Ryan, is I can plead with you, don't self-sabotage this. Stick it through. I know the pressure's intense, but you got to keep going. You're almost there. And I commend you for what you're doing, for the children. It's unbelievable, man. And if you really did see those things, then you're doing exactly what God called you to do. God called you to do this and air it out. So I commend you, and I stand behind you 100%. I do stand behind you 100%. I am just concerned about your career and where it's going to go from here, because these people are not going to help you any longer. That's not going to happen. Now that you've hit the hornet's nest, they're not going to help you out anymore. No more. And you know you can't trust anybody that's around you either. You can't trust these parasites and leeches. You can't trust any of them. And they will not be there for you when your career's over. They'll turn their backs on you in a second, and they'll smile while they're doing it. I've been there, done that. I hope you really take heed of what I'm saying, because the people that are around you right now will not be around you after all this. They're not going to be. So take care of yourself first. You got the whole industry going against you now, believe me. My prayers are out to you. I support you. Not 100%, 1,000%. I got your back. All right, folks. You can Venmo me, 𝗷-ROD1977, 𝗷-ROD1977. When the lights go out on Amazon, hey, Ryan, you should probably pick up this book. Yeah. Hey, at least, I'm telling you, man, I've been through the horrors of boxing. When the lights go out on Amazon, and my mama's book, The Mexican Mix on Amazon as well. Leave us an honest review, folks. An honest review is all we ask for. Noble Gold, get your Noble Gold, folks. You got to get the gold. It's going to happen this year, from what I'm hearing. If you have a bank account, pay attention. Your savings could be at risk. The U.S. banking system is once again under extreme stress, and this jeopardizes you and your family, folks. But there's an easy way to protect yourself, and that is gold. We know this. We all know this. Contact Noble Gold Investments today and safeguard your family's financial future. That's what I do. As a thank you for opening a qualified account, they'll give you a free quarter-ounce gold standard coin. Oh, yeah. Nice. NobleGoldInvestments.com down below, folks. Hit the link below. Hit the link below. All right. Spotify Nino's Corner. Telegram Nino's Corner. Getter Nino's Corner. Rumble Nino's Corner. True Social, David Rodriguez Boxer. Instagram, David Nino Rodriguez Boxer. Thank you, Wendy. Twitter is Nino Boxer. PatriotWear.com. Bing. Yeah, there it is. I get confused when I look on the screen. PatriotWear.com. Get yourself my year. My year, folks. Trump 24. Oh, boy, are they scared. Are they shitting themselves? I'm telling you that right now. But the boomerang is happening right now. It's coming back. So I'm going to talk more about that. Nino'sCorner.tv. I can only put, folks, there's a reason why I'm still on FluffTube. I have a method to my madness. I get emails from quite a few of you. Oh, I see what you're doing. You just do an advertisement. You put a little bit of 𝗬𝗏 on, and then you make everyone go to your pay channel. You're right. I can't put that on here. Certain accounts are like red hot, like a coal. Other accounts might be able to do it, but not mine. I don't need to please you. My energy and my time is worth something. Anyway, so Juanito's on Nino'sCorner.tv. He's up there right now. How Biden steps down. The wave of attacks. 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗃's coming on. 𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗃's going to be up there. Scott McKay and Michael Jaco, a roundtable's coming on. I have someone coming on that's an important guest. This is going to be a phenomenal guest. His name is, I hope I'm saying this right, 𝗥cie. I think it's 𝗥cie. He's getting ready to cross Antarctica on foot. He's going to cross Antarctica. He's going to be the first person in the world to do this. The only other person that I know that, that's famous to me that's done this is Admiral Byrd. So I'm going to ask him his thoughts on Admiral Byrd. I want to know how he's even going to get down there. I want to know what kind of route he's going to take. I mean, it's virtually unexplored, right? So my thoughts, I mean, how is he going to deal with the elements? How is he going to deal with the unknown? Because we really don't know what's even down there. I've heard of some things that are down there, but this man is about to take on Antarctica, and he's coming on my show. He's going to be doing this solo. I keep thinking to myself, did he not watch the movie Alive, or did he not watch Society of the Snow on Netflix? I'm just saying, I have questions. Sounds pretty scary to me, but you know what? He's going after greatness, folks. He's going after greatness, just like Ryan Garcia. So I commend these people, man, that take that step, Also, I have Jeff Burkham, the dollar vigilante, coming on. He's coming on Nino'sCorner.tv. I have George Papadopoulos as the general in the general's tent, folks, coming on March 27th, 5 p.m. March 27th, 5 p.m. And another thing, I know I'm taking a beating on Rumble. I see it. I understand it. I know I'm getting kicked in the teeth and kicked in the balls. I get it. But guess what? It's got over 200,000 views. I must have did something right. Just saying. I love my trolls. Anybody who's willing to follow me, even if it's just to bash me, I appreciate you. So, I think Ryan Garcia broke the internet. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. I'm hoping he has good people around him. That's all I'm hoping. 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗹, thank you so much. And Ryan, you're always welcome on my show. I don't know who's going to be letting you on their show anymore, but you're always welcome on my show. I mean, we'll see who's who now. Now we're really going to see who's who. Who's going to let Ryan Garcia on their show and talk about this? I will. I will. Oh, boy. So, folks, everything they're throwing at Trump is failing, as we say. I say this every time on every show. They now realize they need to go deep into their bag of tricks and pull out a miracle, an actual miracle. They never expected him to beat you-know-who in 2016, and they never thought they could get rid of him. None of that has worked. Where he's at right now, they are in disbelief. So how is it possible with everything they have done to this man? How could he possibly still be here? Well, because that's very easy. If you're subscribed to 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏 or you watch my YouTube, you understand what's really going, the minutia behind this, what's really happening behind the scenes. There's a much bigger operation happening, if you know what I'm saying. So what most think is a conspiracy is turning out to be the truth and their worst nightmare. So right now, a lot of these people that are in politics, they don't understand this. They don't know how he's still sticking around. And those tinfoil hat wearers that they looked at and were like, oh my God, those people are so crazy. Yeah. Crazy like a fox. It just takes a while for stupid people to catch up. This is much bigger than Mr. T, by the way. This is much bigger than Mr. T. You know, it's basically like he's the front man of the band. He's the front man of the band, and there's managers and promoters and stuff like that, but Mr. T is the front man. So this is much bigger than just him. Behind the scenes, we pushed their hand, folks. We pushed their hand to commit these crimes and actions. Desperate panic moves have taken place, which has all backfired on them, and it will continue to backfire on them. They will not understand why. Because what used to work in the old paradigm is not working anymore. What used to work with that old black magic, the old trickery, is not working anymore. It's not working in this new paradigm, and that's what they don't understand. Like a tidal wave with a force behind him, with a momentum behind him that cannot be stopped. This folks, we can all see it. All my audience here, you all know, you see it coming. You know what's coming. Everyone is worried, folks. Everyone's worried. Everyone is worried, and they don't know what to do. So we're coming into very dangerous. It's like a hurt fighter in boxing. When you get him against the corner, you get him against the ropes, you're beating the shit out of him. And that's when, believe it or not, they're most dangerous, because that's when they'll throw everything, including the kitchen sink at you. That's when you got to be very calculated and land precise shots. So right now we're in the stage of the game where we have to land the precise shots. We got him hurt. We're getting him to the body. We're working our angles. Bam, bam, bam. They're ready to go out. They're ready to take a knee. They're not even take a knee. They're ready to face plant. And then there's wild cards at play too, like what Ryan Garcia did. That's a wild card right there. Boom! That's another hit. That's another torpedo onto their battleship. Thank you, Beth. So everyone right now is super worried, is extremely worried, and they cannot sleep at night, folks, including who? Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban, I don't know, he seems pretty worried. I'm going to tell you right now, I've never liked the guy. I've talked to him one time. I saw him somewhere. Where did I see? I saw him somewhere in L.A. Real pompous, just a real pompous prick. I didn't care for him. But he's out there bashing Trump right now. He's going to get real busy bashing Trump. Let me tell you that right now. They all are. Because why? They got to put the brakes. They got to stop this guy. They need to. So what's going to happen right now? What's going to happen right now is, okay, Haley surrenders. Haley can't stop him. Nobody can stop this man. What do we do? Well, she's the only thing I can think of, unplug. It's like an NFL football game where you got the ball and the whole stadium's watching, but these guys are making up the rules as they go, and they're going to go like this. Take a knee, hold the ball, run the clock out. That's what we got to do. And we know this is coming. We know this is what they're going to do. We understand this is the next move. When does it happen? I don't know. Could it happen this month, the next month? I don't know. I'm not psychic. But I know that's the only logical play they have. And there is safeties for that. So let them do it. Let them do it. You all know how to prep. You got food, water, a generator, whatever. You all know what to do. With all the drama at play right now, Elon Musk has decided to have a secret meeting with Trump. He was in Florida. I don't know if it was I think it was Palm Beach. Are they somehow going to team up? Now, I'm not saying he's going to be VP. I don't think Elon could be VP. I don't think he's born here, is he? I think he's born in where is he born? In South Africa? So that won't work. But could he bankroll Trump? Could he team up in a way? I mean, you know they're talking about something, folks. They are talking about something. Something big. Something big is happening right now with Elon Musk and Trump. So today I had a problem with my printer, and it started printing on both sides of the paper. It never does that. I don't know what's going on. So that's going to be different today. So Nikki Haley to end 2024 presidential bid. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley is to end her 2024 bid. Two sources have confirmed to the Epoch. Oh, I don't want to say that name. That's not a good thing to say here. Ms. Haley will make the announcement in a speech around 10 a.m. this morning to Charleston, South Carolina. Didn't she say something like, oh, I just wish him well. I wish him well. Like she's really bitter. Like, I can't believe I lost. It sounds like an ex-girlfriend, a stage 5 clinger. She's going to be in his windows. Miss Haley's announcement will come a day after Super Tuesday, the day consisting of most primaries in the presidential election cycle, in which former President Mr. T swept all but one of the races. Miss Haley currently has 89 delegates, and President Trump has 995. So Nikki Haley's spending campaign and will not immediately, so suspending campaign, and she won't immediately endorse Mr. T. Nikki Haley will announce that he is suspending her campaign for the Republican nomination for president in 2024. According to the Wall Street Journal, Haley will not announce an endorsement during her hastily scheduled 10 a.m. event. So she's not even going to get behind this guy. She's not even going to back him. That tells you what kind of person she is, who she's playing for, what team she's on. And as all this is happening, and I know you all saw my my video with Juanito. He's up there right now. He's at Mar-a-Lago. Elon Musk comes and meets Trump privately. What are they talking about? I guess he had to secure this first. Folks, I feel, and I'm sure a lot of you feel, something's going on behind the scenes with this, with Elon a long time ago. I think he's been playing ball. I don't know if he was a black hat originally or what the hell the deal was, but I think he's working with us right now. So that's just my opinion. It's just an opinion. But will Musk bankroll Trump? Billionaire holds meeting with ex-president as he considers whether to throw his $200 billion future behind efforts to remove Biden from the White House. So Musk met with Trump in Palm Beach, Florida on Sunday, according to a report. The Tesla creator has previously donated to Republicans and Democrats. He's been playing both sides. Recently, Musk has hit out at Biden's immigration policies, and the administration slammed woke agenda. So a secret meeting between Elon Musk and Donald Trump has sent speculation swirling that the Tesla boss could bankroll the Republican presidential hopefuls campaign. So they met in private. Let me see this here. Scott, David, I understand you so much better after watching him on the SRS internet review. I too, you have a back fusion too? Oh yeah, you know what that feels like. I have a horrible back fusion. So people are always like, hey, you should get back in the ring. I have people now challenging me to fights. You should get in the ring, man. Come on. Bro, I earned my stripes. I had 40 fights. I kicked a lot of ass. Yeah, I failed at the end. I blew it. I blew it. But nothing can ever take away from me that I was 36-0. And I was in the top 10 in the world. So, and I won 6 championship belts that I'm very proud of. So you know what, folks? Kiss my ass. You know, these guys keep coming out and, yeah, we should fight, man. We should do a fight for charity. We should do a fight. First of all, if I really wanted to, I could still kick some ass. Don't let the kindness and the smile trick you. I have to be overly friendly to a lot of people so I don't have the urge to knock their jaw off their face, okay? I can still kick some ass. Don't get that sideways. Narrative begins, or series of events begin, as I've always talked about, folks. As I've always talked about. I said a series of events. Guess what? Facebook and Instagram down as users fears Meta has been hacked. We're going to see a lot more of this. So these are like little tests to me. I feel like they're little tests. They're making sure they can do this. They're conditioning the public to let them know, it's going to be realistic when it happens. Facebook and Instagram users have been taken to the internet to report problems with Meta sites amid fears they have been hacked. How many of you, could you all use your Meta and your Instagram, your Facebook and all that? I'm wondering, because I didn't have a problem, but it said that I heard a lot of people did. I didn't have a problem. Did any of you have a problem? Was it just, I heard it was just certain regions. Yeah, I didn't have a problem. So users have reported issues accessing Facebook and Instagram amid fears that Meta have been hacked. According to unconfirmed reports on social media, the website Down Detector reported hundreds of thousands of users struggling to access Meta sites, including Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook Messenger. So you know what I think about this? It's like people like, oh my God, it's the apocalypse. I can't get on social media. This is crazy. It's the end of the world. No, it's not. You're talking to a 90s kid here, okay? I grew up in the 90s. All that happens is you just go meet your neighbor, okay? You can still use your landline, okay? That's all I had. I didn't even have the internet. I didn't have the internet. I didn't have a cell phone. I had none of that. Most probably my audience remembers that. And we were fine. In fact, we were better than fine. It was awesome. It was like the last of the awesomeness. It was the last awesome decade. I'm going to tell you right now, you think your social media is cool. I have a point of reference. You don't. I know how awesome life was without this shit. Okay? Just saying. So reality is sinking in for the Democrats as courts won't save them from Mr. T. For the second time in under a week, the Supreme Court delivered a major blow to Democrats' hopes that an act of legal intervention would derail former President Mr. T, his chances of winning a 2024 election. Why it matters, the sprawling efforts to hold Trump accountable for this attack. They got to hold him accountable, including the impeachment, criminal prosecution, and the 14th Amendment insurrection clause, appear unlikely to ripen before November. So now they're like, holy shit, our nightmare is becoming a reality. We can't get rid of this guy. What are we going to do? What the fuck do we do? As we expected. So now I'm going to say this. All by design. They're playing checkers. We're playing chess. They're playing checkers and we're playing chess, folks. They make a move. We counter with 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's how this has been being played. So here we are now as they start to see the reality of all of this. State of play, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled Monday that individual states cannot bar candidates for federal office from their ballots, allowing Trump to remain on the ballot in Colorado and squashing similar disqualification efforts in Illinois and Maine. They can't keep him off the ballot. Last week, the court agreed to hear Trump's claim of presidential immunity from prosecution, handing him a huge win by indefinitely placing his federal election interference trial on hold. That trial was originally scheduled to begin on Monday. If Trump wins in November and hasn't been tried before Inauguration Day, there's a good chance he never will be. Elsewhere across the legal landscape, Trump's delay tactics have found remarkable success. In the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case, Judge Aileen Cannon indicated Friday that Trump's federal trial in Florida won't begin in May as previously scheduled. Thank you very much. Let's go, champ. How's Axel doing? Axel's doing I can't say he's doing awesome. He's limping everywhere, and he has terrible arthritis, so I'm not going to say that. But he's not ready to get put down yet. So I'm going to stick. I'm not going to get. If he's not giving up, I'm not going to give up on my dog, because my dog didn't give up on me when I felt like giving up, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to give up on my dog. Does that make sense? All right. So I'm not giving up on my dog. My dog's, when he stops eating or something like that, then I'll take him in, and then we'll do the job. And you guys can say bye to him before he goes. Elsewhere across the legal landscape, Trump's delay tactics have found remarkable success in Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Well, I already read that. In the Georgia election interference case, a decision is pending on whether District Attorney Fani Willis should be disqualified over her romantic relationship with a prosecutor she hired. Isn't it funny how this is all backfiring on them? And so you really don't think there's something happening behind the scenes? How else can you explain this? I'm waiting. Explain it to me, because how does this man, if he doesn't have the bigger guns, how do things keep failing on these people? How does it keep backfiring? I'll wait. I'll wait, because if there's not something happening behind the scenes, there's no way possible that he could be getting this lucky every time. Every time. It's impossible. It's mathematically impossible. It's mathematically impossible unless things are happening behind the scenes, which they are. AG Merrick Garland. And as soon as these people figure it out, they're going to be really terrified. As soon as they figure out, there's something bigger at play here. This man's just not just lucky. This is not luck. This is strategy. When they start realizing that this is strategy, boom, boom, boom. That's what I think is coming. AG Merrick Garland calls voter ID laws, they're unnecessary. Attorney General Merrick Garland on Sunday declared that efforts by states to implement voter ID laws they're just unnecessary and burdensome, drawing the ire of Republicans. While speaking at a church, Selma, Alabama, the Attorney General was commemorating the 59th anniversary of the Selma police targeting demonstrators during an early civil rights protest. He claimed that the right to vote is still under attack. So he's basically saying everyone should have the right to vote. You don't need a voter ID. Anybody can come here from another country and vote. That's why the southern border is open. One of the reasons why the southern border is open. The Attorney General said that the Department of Justice, DOJ, is fighting back. It's fighting back, ladies and gentlemen, against the states that have passed bills requiring identification, because that's just un-American. You can't have identification. You don't have to be an American citizen to vote. Have you seen the immigrants coming here and what they're saying? Pues I'm going to vote for Biden. Pero Biden, órale Biden. Thank you, Biden. Gracias, Biden. But gracias, Biden. Thank you very much. How am I doing, folks? Am I doing all right? Give me a thumbs up and a pat on the ass. I wish there could be a pat on the ass button here. Give me a nice little pat on the ass. Pues David, he's so crazy. David, you're crazy. We're voting for Biden, David. Don't you know that's how we got here? Amid age concerns, the White House tries a new strategy. So now they're switching up. It's like a pitcher on the mound, about to switch up. It's not working. Nothing's working. So they got to switch it up. They got to switch it up. So now they're going to let Joe be Joe. That's their new tactic, by the way. He's wearing his aviators and baseball cap. So he's getting out there. He's meeting with people wearing his baseball cap and aviators. He's making visits to ice cream parlors and barbecue joints. He's really acting American. He's going to really make you like him. And asking to meet with influencers. So he's starting to meet with a lot of influencers. Don't come around here, Joe. Actually, yes, you can. I would be honored to be honest with you. Wouldn't that be an amazing interview if I got to get Joe Biden on my show? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, my Lord. I would take it. I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would have Joe Biden on my show in a heartbeat. Oh, my gosh. That'd be hilarious. Oh, gosh. Imagine him stumbling or mumbling on my show. He's making more often to report. Reporters and fielding questions on the Middle East, Republicans, and, of course, his age. None of this is a coincidence. As President Biden faces what polls show is a significant concern about his 80 years of age and the tight election against his likely opponent, Donald J. Trump, the White House strategy is to tragedy. The White House, let's call it that. The White House tragedy. The White House strategy is to have him step out of his protective bubble and directly take on voters' worries. So he's going to get out more. He's coming out of his basement. Joe Biden is leaving the basement, folks. Can you believe it? He's going to leave the basement and get some sun on that milky white skin. He's going to get some sun. Oh, so that's their new strategy. Let's get him out there. Just put him out there. Who cares if he's mumbling and stumbling and if he says anything at all? Who cares how many times he falls off his bike? Who cares if he falls going up the stairs? Just get him out there. Try anything. FAU poll shows, and this I put this stuff out there because I want you to understand the propaganda. Really understand the propaganda. FAU poll shows 1 in 7 Republicans don't plan to vote for Trump in November. Polling released on the eve of voting in 15 states with Super Tuesday primary shows former President Donald Trump remains the overwhelming choice of likely Republican primary voters as he continues cruising toward his party's 2024 presidential nomination. Still, the poll Monday from Florida Atlantic University shows more than a quarter of Republicans who said they plan to vote in one of Tuesday's primary said they don't plan to vote for Trump. So what are they going to do? They're going to vote for Biden? They're going to just stay home? What's going to be their choice? So you expect me to believe that they're going to be like, well, we're Republican, but you know what? Yeah, I think we're going to just go with Biden on this one because we don't like Trump. We're going to go with Biden. That's what they want you to believe in these articles. That's why I read them to you. I state the Captain Obvious. So let's get to some Mark Cuban news, shall we? Mark Cuban calls Trump a snake oil salesperson. Salesperson. A snake oil salesperson. And he praises Biden. So Mark Cuban, the billionaire entrepreneur, Mark Cuban, lambasted former President Trump on two. Don't you see that? Don't you feel like it's jealousy? To me, this sounds like jealousy from this guy. He's like green with envy. I should have been picked for president, not understanding that Mr. T was invited. Okay, these people don't get it. To this guy, he's competitive. I should have been president. On Tuesday, he calls Mr. T a snake oil salesperson while explaining his decision to back President Biden. So Mark Cuban's going to, I think there might be some dirt on Cuban, huh? There could be a lot of dirt on Cuban. He's going to, explaining his decision to back President Biden in the upcoming election. So he's getting behind Biden, folks. Why it matters. The endorsement from one of America's most high-profile businessmen comes as the 81-year-old president struggles in the polls amid swirling questions about his age and his handling of Israel-Gaza conflict. So what are they saying here? Like, this is going to help him. It's people are beyond this now. People see through this. This doesn't help Biden. This hurts Mark Cuban. That's all this does. But Mark Cuban, with his ego, probably thinks, oh, I might give him a little bump in the polls if I endorse him. Nah. That's not how this works. People are awake now. And they look at you like a you-know-what. I don't want a snake oil salesperson as president, Cuban told Axios by email Tuesday. I'm voting for Biden-Harris over Trump all day, every day. Good. It's not going to help you. Whatever you're hiding. Because that's how I see it. That's my opinion. And a big win for us. Now, I don't know if this is happening. I don't know what's really happening behind the scenes. I hear things are happening behind the scenes, but this is a big win for us. Victoria Nuland has retired. So, on the retirement under the Secretary of State for Political Affairs, Victoria Nuland has let me know that she intends to step down in the coming weeks as Under Secretary of State for Political Affairs, a role in which she has personally personified President Biden's commitment to put diplomacy back at the center of our foreign policy and revitalize America's global leadership at a crucial time for our nation and the world. Victoria's tenure caps 3.5 decades of remarkable public service under 6 presidents and 10 secretaries of state, starting with her very first posting as a consular office of Guangzhou, China. All right. Victoria's had most of the jobs in this department: political officer and economic officer, spokesperson and chief of staff, deputy assistant, secretary of assistant secretary, special envoy, and ambassador. So Kash Patel says when one of these government gangsters start stepping down, you know big moves are ahead, right? It looks like big moves are ahead. This is also big news. Here's some more big news right here. Kristen Sinema, is it Sinema? Am I saying her name right? Sinema. Kristen Sinema, but I don't think she's Mexicana. Oh, Kristen Sinema will not seek re-election in Arizona. Senator Kristen Sinema announced that she will not seek re-election this year, avoiding any unpredictable three-way race in the swing state, and had many national Democrats worried about holding on to the seat. I believe in my approach, but it's not what America wants right now, Sinema said in a video announcing her plans that painted a bleak picture of a dysfunctional political system she no longer sees a place in. So she's stepping back, and she's going to let Kari Lake move forward. In her remarks, Sinema stressed several bipartisan accomplishments she helped broker during her time in the chamber, but said that her deal-making political style is no longer appreciated in a world in which compromise is a dirty word. Despite modernizing our infrastructure, ensuring clean water, delivering good jobs, and safer communities, Americans still choose to retreat farther to their partisan corners, Sinema said. These solutions are considered failures, either because they're too much or not nearly enough. Sinema's plans have been a topic of intense speculation in Washington ever since she left the Democratic Party in 2022, declaring herself an independent. So she's stepping back, allowing Kari Lake to move forward. Folks, these are big wins. I don't think you understand how big of wins these are. Hey, yo, how am I doing out there? Yo. Her office says the former First Lady will not be running for president in 2024. Former President Mr. O has said he's all in for President Joe Biden's re-election efforts. So they're all getting behind. Thank you, Tina Hudgens. They're all getting behind Joe. So they're having to change up strategy right now. And just as wanting, they're going to have to own him. But I'm expecting a curveball around convention. Now, what that curveball will it be Newsom? I don't know. I lay it out for you all to play it out. Get to know Nino's Corner.tv, and we'll have our discussions there. Hey, So Mrs. O is saying no, no, no. So, I mean, that's good news, right? It looks to me that they're going to stick with Joe. And then I think Joe comes out at convention after he's the nominee and says, it's better for the country I step down. It's the only patriotic thing I can do. And then he does that. And then the rise of Newsom. That's what I think. And then it's going to be hysteria. I don't know, folks. Let's see how this plays out. The one I'm kind of worried about, the one I'm kind of skeptical on, though, to be honest with you, is RFK. I don't know what to think of him anymore. I did like him. I liked everything he stood for before. But now I feel like maybe, I don't know, they've kind of pulled the reins in on him. That's what I'm seeing. RFK fuels talk of Libertarian Party switch. He's a rogue punk rocker, they say. Robert F. Kennedy is fueling speculation that he could join the Libertarian Party's presidential ticket as he seeks to qualify in more states heading into November. Kennedy raised eyebrows last month when he spoke at the party's annual convention in California, a development that was welcomed as a signal of intent from some libertarians and came as the gains ballot access in swing states as an independent candidate. So what I feel about this guy is this. You're not going to win. Why are you sticking around? The only patriotic thing in my mind for you to do, if you really care about this country, is step away. Because could they come into a dilemma where, oh man, there might not be enough electoral votes? Maybe Kennedy wins some of the states. I don't know. And then they say something like, well, until next time, folks. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this, but it doesn't seem right to me. That's my instincts. It's like, just go sit down. You're not proving anything. Unless you've been reined in. Or what if a Democrat picks him as a vice? I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there, just thinking out loud. What if, I don't know, could Newsom pick him? Well, that would be interesting. Just thinking out loud. None of this is a reality. I'm just thinking out loud. My mind does this all day long, by the way, folks. All day long. Exactly. Just go away. Just go away. We don't welcome mayhem. DeSantis sending more law enforcement to Miami Beach for spring break. I used to love spring break when I was a kid. Damn. But I've heard it's changed a lot. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is sending more law enforcement to Miami Beach and other spring break destinations throughout the state in an effort to keep things under control. I wonder how bad it's really getting because, man, when I was going on spring break back in the day, it was still crazy back then. Do you guys know I went on the MTV cruise? I had a blast. And one of my friends, I don't know if I should go into this, but one of my friends who is a very religious guy, a Mormon, ingested acid on the trip, and he disappeared from the cruise for quite some time. We didn't find him for hours. But anyway, one of my friends slipped a dose of acid in his drink, and and he went nuts. He went boing, yoing, yoing all over the ship, and we couldn't find him, and we had to go looking for him. We thought he jumped off the ship, but just a day in the life. Anyway, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, so, he never did anything wrong. He's like, I want to go with you guys. We're like, I don't think you should go with us. It's probably not a good idea. Things can get out of hand, and you're a virgin, dude. He's a Mormon. He was a virgin, and we're like, you're not gonna do anything. Why do you even want to go with us? I want to go too, man. I want to be part of the gang. All right, come with us. So so my buddy decided to throw some acid in his drink. He drank it, and that was it. He checked out. He was checked out. Long story short, I'm going with him. Believe it or not, I'm going with him today to a movie. And how funny is this? How funny is this? So he's now an FBI agent. Oh boy. Wow. I love the guy. I really love the guy. He's a good dude. One of my best friends. I mean, I don't know. Do you think I should come clean with him now and let him? Well, if he watches my program now, he knows. Christian, not, and his name is Christian. Christian, now you know, buddy. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Oh, boy. Gold, folks. Gold. Oh, man. I know. It was a dickhead. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was funny, though. He didn't know he was tripping. No. he thought he was seasick. He thought he got seasick. I didn't stop it. No, I was an asshole. Look, folks, I'm not saying I don't come on here and say I'm the perfect guy. I have never once come on my program and said I'm a role model. So don't even think that. Don't put that shit on me. Okay? I tell my stories because I don't know. I was fucking crazy. I still am crazy, as you can tell. Gold carried to record high on wave of momentum with focus on U.S. rates. So gold hit a record high on Tuesday with growing expectations of U.S. monetary easing and continued geopolitical risk activity from momentum-driven funds, which could propel the precious metal further. A wider, robust fundamental backdrop added support, including strong physical demand in Asia and central bank. Where is the rest of it? Oh, here it is. Golds rose 0.8% to 2,130 per troy ounce as of 1,540 GMT after touching its record high of 2,149.59 cents. The move became self-fulfilling with stops triggered, and then, of course, that brings in the momentum funds. So they're expecting this to go to gold should hit. Ross Norman expects gold to hit 2,300 this year. If you're not getting gold, I don't know what you're doing. I have the link down below. Go to Noble Gold and get started on some gold. Jeff Bezos surpasses Elon Musk as the richest man in the world. Jeff Bezos is back on top. He's back on top, folks. The Amazon.com founder is once again the world's richest person. How do they keep fluctuating like this? Eclipsing Elon Musk and jumping atop the Bloomberg Billionaires Index for the first time since the fall of 2021. Bezos' net worth was $200 billion on Monday. Can you imagine having $200 billion? I don't even know what you do. Like what? Like seriously, $200 billion, okay? You could feed everyone in the world with that. And you don't. So for you, because that's the way I look at you. Why aren't these people opening up like living centers for homeless? Like, why aren't they doing humanitarian things? Why aren't they helping? Why aren't they feeding kids in Africa? Why aren't they putting up rescue shelters for animals? Why is it always about me, space rockets so I can get the fuck off this planet? Why aren't they helping humanity? Seriously, they may have a charity here and there, but none of them are really helping anybody. Have you noticed that? I couldn't live with myself. I would at least help animals. I would help elderly. I would help kids. I would help animals. I don't know how these people live with it. How could you be that rich? And you don't take it with you. So when you die and you meet your maker, he's going to be like, well, I gave you billions. What'd you do with it? I built a rocket. And it hit the firmament. I don't know, folks. I'm not saying the world's flat, but I will say I don't know. I'm not saying flat like a piece of paper. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it could be kind of obtuse. And I'm saying we could be drifting through space. And I'm saying there is a space. But I don't think our planet is round. I think it's more obtuse or like a disc with a dome on top of it, maybe. I don't know. As high as I go in the airplanes, I don't see the curvature. I never do. So that right there to me is like, okay, well, everyone has an explanation for it too. Well, it's because of this. It's because of that. And then you go look at I don't know. Okay, I don't want to get into this. That's for another show, for another time. Oh, God. I'm not saying it's flat. I don't know. I've never been up there. I'd like to go up there and check it out for myself, and then I'll come down and tell everybody, all right, here's the deal. You know, why can't we have someone honest go up there? Taylor Swift coughs and struggles to sing during her gig as fans share concern for the singer. Taylor Swift appeared to be struggling with her health as she coughed and hacked to clear her throat while singing her hit track Delicate during her tour. Why I put this, I don't even know. I don't even give a shit. But you probably got it from Travis. You seen the girls he used to date. Just saying. Oh, in what the fuck news? Hey, I got a little feel good story for you guys because I don't feel like I have enough of them. A dog, man, dogs are such good people. A dog ran a mile to her doggy daycare to help after a car crash. This is real. Melissa Fickle was driving to a park near Detroit with her dog Arius when another car hit her from behind as a stoplight turned green. To her shock, Arius got spooked and jumped out of the open rear window. I was surprised when she jumped out because she's never done anything like that before, said Fickle, who's 31 years old, recalling that afternoon. Fickle, who said nobody was injured in the accident, quickly looked around for Arius and was relieved to see her sitting on the side of a busy Rochester road in Clawson, Michigan. As soon as she saw me, she turned and took off, Fickle said. I was in the middle of the road and I couldn't run after her. Fickle called out to Arius, but she kept running and was soon out of sight. Fickle pulled over her car and did a quick search around some buildings where she had last caught sight of her 4-year-old pit bull. Then police showed up, and she told an officer her dog ran off. I can't find her anywhere, and I had to deal with talking to the police and my insurance company, so I decided to take one step at a time, she said, explaining that the damage to the cars was minor. The officer phoned in a description to the dispatcher so the other officers could look for Arius, she said. Then about 20 minutes after the accident, Fickle received a text and a call from Travis Ogden, the owner of Houndstown, Metro Detroit, the doggy daycare that Arius goes to once a week. Ogden gave Fickle some stunning news. Arius was with him at the doggy daycare 1 mile up the road. I started crying, said Fickle, who shared her story with XYZ Detroit News. Ogden said a staffer in the front office had noticed the dog pacing and jumping up and down outside the front glass door. She'd run straight to her safe spot and was trying to attract their attention, Fickle said. Ogden said that Arius inside and the pooch ran over to, he let Arius inside and he licked his face. The dog started licking his face. I love that dog and knew immediately it was her, he said, noting that Arius has been a regular at Houndstown for about 3 years. She's a really social dog who is always ready to play and have fun with other pups. See, I like feel-good stories like this. He was puzzled to see why Arius was outside without Fickle, but when he learned about the accident, it started to make sense. Dogs are really smart and know their routes, said Ogden, who has about 45 dogs at a time at the daycare. They're constantly looking out the window, so they know their surroundings. Studies have shown that dogs have extraordinary sensory abilities that can allow them to pick up on the north-south flow of the planet's magnetic field. Stories about dogs that have gone missing and found their way home suggest that they have an internal compass, kind of like cats. Although most dogs I know that run away don't ever fucking come back. So I don't know. Maybe they, I don't know what's going on with that. Last year, a golden retriever in Ireland walked 40 miles over 26 days to find his owner, and a dog in Texas rang the doorbell at her former shelter after she was adopted and became lost. In 2020, a dog missing for 3 weeks turned up at the Walmart register where her owner was working. What? Ogden said Arias probably fled the accident scene out of fear, hoping to get somewhere where she could feel calm and safe. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I thought that was a feel-good story. I love animals. I know a lot of you that know me know that I love animals. I love cats, dogs. I never was a cat person till now. Now I am one. It's a strange thing. Yeah, dogs know when earthquakes are coming. So what's your all's thoughts on Ryan Garcia? Give me your thoughts down below. Try to keep it clean. What's your thoughts on RFK? This whole thing is just, I don't know. It's like, you know, man, there's no reason to stay in there anymore. Be a patriot. Step down. Step down. This ain't for you this time. Maybe 2028. But there's no reason for you to be sticking around. So who are you working for, man? That's just my question. And Ryan Garcia, I give you the best of luck. I know you got a tough fight coming up. The only reason I'm saying that is take care of yourself first and foremost. You only have one you. That's it. Nobody else cares about you. Trust me when I say that. Nobody gives a shit. The friends you have today, as soon as you lose or you don't have a career anymore because you lost a tank, but let's say you don't have a career anymore, they're gone, man. They leave. They flee like roaches when the lights come on. Believe me when I tell you that. They want the handouts. They want the girls you're with. That's all they want. They just want to be around it. It's like moths to a light. That's what it is. You're the light right now. Let's see what happens. I hope you take care of yourself, my man. All right, folks, I'm out of here. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks. Later.